essence, y'all.
All right, folks. You know us. We're going to get into some stuff this week. How's your week been going?
It's been going. It's going along. Nice. The summer's coming along, though. It's pretty.
Oh, yeah. You sound like it. You ain't having a good one or something.
Well, you know, that's essence issues. That ain't for the rest of the world.
Oh, okay. Well, don't get all scary on us and all that good stuff like that. So
no, we good.
Oh, okay. So now, this week, man, we got a topic, and I'm gonna get off. I'm going after your boy, Stephen A.Smith.
Man, you know I have been a Stephen A. fan for a long time. Just because I think
I don't know why.
I know, but that's exactly the face I have for him. Looking at him now, I'm
like what? He's special. The man is special.
I mean, as in, boy, he just went part-hearted.
Okay, so what he did was he made a statement, and you know what? I had that video, but I'm not even going to go there. And I had an interview I was going to play, right? And then I thought about it. I was like, should we play the interview or not, huh? But then, you know.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel in your heart of hearts, Nerdy?
Because then I would have said, okay, let me play it. Because then I would have said, oh, we probably won't hear it.
Stephen A. Smith is not one to mince words. He's often sparked controversy with his brash, no-holds-barred commentary on hot-button issues. And this week he did it again. Listen to this. Stephen A. said that every black person in America should vote Republican for at least one election. Stephen A. Smith is joining me now. Stephen, who are you trying to send a message to? Republicans, Democrats, African Americans, all of the above?
I'd go with all of the above. That sounds about right, but specifically the Democratic Party from the standpoint that I definitely believe that the black vote has been taken for granted. And primarily the black community is at fault in my estimation in that regard, simply because on one hand, we're giving one party our vote because they've successfully gone about the business of convincing our community that the other party, the Republican Party, is completely against the interest of the black community. And as a result, we've been very transparent in our support. We've boarded hook, line, and sinker. We look at the Republican Party. I'm not talking about every single one of us, of course, but vast majority of black Americans look at the Republican Party as the enemy. We look at the Democratic Party, even tacitly, as our support base, and as a result, we are very transparent in our support for them. So because of it, they have a license to take us for granted. The Republican Party has a license to summarily dismiss us because they believe they'll never get our vote anyway, and then we end up finding ourselves devoid of any kind of representation whatsoever because nobody is really competing to garner our vote and our support. So I said what I said because I wanted folks in my community to stand up and recognize that if you go to a house or you go buy a car or whatever the case may be, you don't just see something you want and say, I want that. Tell me what the price is and I'll pay for it. Somebody has to flatter you in order to garner your dollars and your support. I think the same should apply to politicians who represent.
Stephen A. Smith is not one to mince words.
Basically, what he's saying is
he need to stick to some doggone beef jerky. That's the only time you know what he talking about.
Oh, you talking about his commercial? No, he need to stick to making faces like that. Now, why do these brothers do that? I mean, I'm gonna get into him and some Don Lemon and Charles Barkley later, but we're gonna talk about Stephen A. right now. He's been making these comments, and a lot of people like him because they seen him get suspended over some controversial stuff he said, but that don't make him.
Well, that's the thing. You know, I liked him before he got suspended just because he's Stephen A. But this is the thing. It's like he's trying to make a case for having blind loyalty to the Democratic Party, which I can understand that because if you just even think about it, you know, me and you've had conversations over the years where you can't even get people to agree who got the best French fries. How in the world can you narrow all the political views in this country down to two parties? So he's basically saying, okay, well, if Democrats already know that, you know, they got your vote and the Republicans know they ain't going to get it, why should the Republicans try any harder? And then why should the Democrats try any harder? I get that, but his idea is dumb. That's dumb. That's like saying, you know what? I don't like the way you do things, so I'm going to go to somebody. I'm going to give my support to somebody who does an even worse job than you.
That's what they say when it comes to voting. The only options you got is the lesser evil of the two. But what gets me, there's over 300 million people in this country, right? Mm-hmm. But yet there's only two major parties. And we know why that is. We know why that is. See up there on the board? That's GRP.
Oh, not the gross national product.
No,
but
yeah. But they control all of that. You know what I mean? Greedy rich people. I call them creeples. Okay? It's easier for the creeples, the power structure, to control less entities. So how can that be? We have over 300. One time I was talking to one of my great friends or whatever, right? Or associate or whatever you want to call him. And I brought that up. And he didn't have an answer for that. He was like,
never even thought about it. Probably.
Yeah, it's only two damn major parties. And don't give me all this stuff that come up every blue moon. The Green Party, this TT. Come on, it's two parties.
Right.
I mean, if this was a true democracy, it would be over 200 or 300 parties.
But
because everyone has different opinions of stuff. So he talking about voting in blocks, which happens all the time anyway. Like the NRA, they vote in blocks. But is that true democracy when you're doing that?
Well, we already know how twisted it's going to be. If it wasn't twisted, if it wasn't like you said, the Greeples controlling it, why does a politician, if you want to run, why do you have to raise so much money? Why do you have to be able to raise $30,000 in 2 hours? And why do you have to be able to do that if it's about your stand and what you're actually going to do?
And where you going to get that money from? From the Greeples.
The people who controlling the puppet string.
Hello, that's all a politician is. No disrespect to Obama, because I mean he worked hard and got where he at. But I never expected the country to change. I mean, some black people thought they was gonna have a white slave by now. Remember that comedian said that? Crazy. That's a joke, y'all. That's a joke. Should joke about slavery anyway, though, huh? But back to Stephen A. And he worked for a corporation. He worked. He'll say something about black people. It's almost like he getting rewarded. It's like it's time for me to get a raise. Let me say something about black people. That's what it's almost like.
You know what? Even given his ideas, we got to remember this man's expertise is in sports. You're a sports analyst. Stick to that. Don't come out and try to say, oh, because I'm a sports analyst that happens to be a little bit darker than Skip Bayless. And I say a little bit because in the summertime, Skip be outside and he be neck and neck with Stephen A. in the black man department.
I noticed that too about these. There's three people who always running their mouths about black people. They generalize us worse than the people they work for. And if you notice, who do they all work for? The media. Okay, the three peoples. Let me see. There's that fool.
Ooh.
Okay, not that one, but that one. Yeah, not that one.
He's a buffoon.
Uh-huh.
He
is that. He should look like him too.
You know what?
This fool.
It's almost like that's what he looks like on the inside. Like the first picture with the suit on is his mask, but that's who he is on the inside.
Right. I was gonna show that fool later. This fool. Come on. Between those three, you know I got a name for them three. You know I got a name for them.
The Three Stooges?
that too. But I'm going to start calling them, and any black person who worked in the media, or not just in the media, if you make it and now you want to turn around, it's almost like, remember, what's the rapper who just sung in the Super Bowl? Remember she lost all that weight, Missy Elliott? She going to lose all that weight, then want to turn around and talk about fat people.
Like
you lost your, huh?
Like she hadn't been fat her whole life.
Yeah, and not in a constructive way that could help people. Like and that's what these people do. Like, and you're not even successful because you got a job that's not success to me. Mm-hmm. That's just taking blood money because we know what the media has done. But between this fool, and this fool, now all three of them got something in common. Now they'll be talking about black people, but if they talking about black people and it's on the media and they showing black people in the background, why is it dark-skinned black people when they talking about negative stuff about black people? That's what they do, right? So the name of these people, these three dudes, is the Three Musketeers. The Three Monkey Tears. Hello? That's what you doing. You like cooning it's just another form of cooning. You may not be laughing. You may be trying to speak on politics, but
it makes me think. It makes me want to, every time I see him now, I want to get one of them little boxes. The man that had a monkey on his shoulder and he had the box with the crank back in the old days, and just play that, because I was already thinking, why? It's like your boy Byron, who also works for the media, was saying, in his lawsuit.
Yeah, he owns some media.
You get some black people to say some stuff that you really want to say, and then say, hey, look, this black guy says it. The black community must think this.
It's almost, and you notice what happens whenever they say it. I always watch the mainstream white media, especially on the internet, like Huffington Post.
They love it.
It's almost like, oh yeah, we got somebody to say it for us, because they thinking, a lot of white people thinking that's the truth. Mm-hmm. They're not looking at what, how we always talk about the ancillary things that go on behind the scenes, that is the true systematic racism that we always deal with and stuff. So now, Stephen A., look at all the people they've had on First Take. Boom. What has he done? Common.
Said the same.
Boom. What is they? They are all puppets. Look at all these puppets. Oh, that's a real small puppet right there.
You a little finger puppet?
Okay. And then a funny looking puppet.
That's a gremlin.
But
he ain't a puppet.
That's a gremlin.
That's a gremlin. He a muppet.
Okay. That's a horse right there. I mean, all these puppets. Okay. They even made this man famous. Why was this man famous in the media?
Because it showed what they wanted to show.
And so that brings me to my point where I was showing you the other picture. Mm-hmm. Now, you see all the foods. I want white people to understand something. Whenever y'all putting all these foods on here, these ignorant foods, because I don't care how much money they make. Money don't define nothing. Okay? This is how we feel. It's like putting this on.
Regularly.
Come on. Look at that. But that's okay, because they'll say, well, he's just acting black. Look, even Richard is like, what the hell is wrong with this food right here, right? Okay. Then you got these ones. Hello. But remember, these ones is acting black, so they'll try to write that off or whatever, right? But what about this one? Come on. That's what it's like when they put these black people on. Now, how you feel, white people? How you feel? And I'm not trying to make fun of these people. I'm just trying to show you how in every culture, there's certain aspects of the culture. You understand what I'm saying? That, hello?
You don't really want to be bothered with.
Yeah, so you want to hide your negative shit and put our negative shit on the front street.
Or call it entertainment.
Hello, and give us all these, what they call it? Ooh. Entertainment. Look, they want to hide all that shit, and then this fool right here want to come and talk. You monkey tear. The three monkey tears.
That's a perfect name.
Okay, and all them years, remember they was giving us these fake-ass images? They was giving us all these fake-ass images when they know they was living like that. They had people living like that.
And it wasn't a few.
Okay, so you want to go to the ghetto and always pump up and push all these ghetto people out there. Now, a lot of them people going to say, well, you being racist or whatever. Well, if the media doing that, why y'all ain't saying they being racist? And I'm going to get into Bill O'Reilly next week. Yeah. And Fox News next week. So we're going to get into that next week. And so this man let Skip Bayless on his show criticize black athletes all the time. They think on ESPN they be talking about some racial issues and it's okay. But they don't bring on experts. They bring on a motherfucker like that to talk about issues.
And he is
that to talk about issues. And he got a movie coming out, right? Have you seen the trailer of that movie?
Yes, I have. That thing looks like it's going to be funny, though. But it's retarded.
You know what? I got something to say to you.
Didn't say that.
No, it may be funny, but I know it's something about you because you got some friends and you in L.A., you having fun. Boy, as soon as you've been hanging around some real regular folks, boy, you done going soft on us and stuff. You enjoy regular old stuff, don't you? Boy, that look funny. But it could be funny.
It look.
But it's funny. I heard about a lot of people, even white people, criticize that movie.
I'm sure they do. It's a lot. I mean, you can see from right up front that we're talking about stereotypes. Even Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart themselves have taken the stance of, we're tackling stereotypes in this movie. We know better than that. They making money on this movie. That's all they're doing. They're playing with emotion.
That's like
emotions with this movie.
Come on, man. That's like saying Scarface was about the downfall of drug dealers. Come on.
This is the same thing that you were just saying. You were just saying how people, even white people, are against this movie. It's because it's showing them the way they do us all the time. And we're going to be honest about it. Only when they get finished watching this movie, they can leave and go watch something that has like Bradley Cooper in it.
Okay.
You know, it's when we leave this movie, what we gonna go see? Another Kevin Hart movie?
That's the difference. You hit it right on the point. Balance. See, and a lot of people will say, well, it's just jokes. It's just entertainment. That would be okay if there was a balance out there.
Right.
You take Empire that's on right now, right? A lot of people don't realize this. But Empire, how long has TV been in existence?
Over 100 years.
Okay, Empire, I do believe, is the first time, and what hasn't lasted over a season, it's the first all-black or black-themed drama that's been on TV. Because Scandal has a black lead character, but it's not a black-themed drama.
Right.
Empire is the first black drama theme. You could say New York, Undercover, all them cop shows, but them is cop shows. This is the first time they did a black family drama with Stereotypes. They waited for this moment.
And
think about it. We've always just had comedies, shucking and jiving. That's all they've ever let us do. For real. That's all we've had is comedies. And they've tried to make dramas. They last like 2 episodes. But this is the first one that looked like it's got a chance. They've been making white dramas all a balance. Think, white people, listen to me. This is our first drama.
And it's not.
And it got stereotypes.
It's chock full of stereotypes. But the drama involved is not even black drama. The drama involved is
gay.
Is gay drama. Is money. Well, okay, I'll give you the money drama. Yeah, we'll give you some of that. But it's what gets people watching is the gay drama, the interracial marriage, the mental issues. And so this is not something that, oh, well, just black people can relate to.
That's why the
people
ratings
don't realize
exactly
that black people are people. You know, it's like when they
they've dehumanized us through the media.
Well, it's like when they say, "Oh, well, so and so's gay. Oh, he don't look gay." Well, that's because they look like black people are people.
They've always done that. They don't look gay. They try to make brothers. Oh, is he on the down low? Is he did? You know, they done.
And when you have entire cultures, entire countries of people who's gone back thousands of years in that culture, if they find somebody that is gay in their culture, that's a death warrant offense. You know, that they'll kill you for that. And they not black, but all of a sudden the black community doesn't exist. It's homophobic. Really?
Yeah, you can't.
Homosexuals have been risking putting their family at a distance no matter what color they are for years, for centuries. And yet, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe a lot of people will look at this in a positive light and say, well, maybe this is just a start. Maybe this is a start. But I'm just waiting for them to have this fool on there.
Yeah, boy.
Flavor of Love gonna come back.
Huh?
Flavor of Love coming back. They probably will put him on there.
Come on, man.
But
they have done black people wrong in the media.
But
I don't give a damn what y'all say.
I say they'll put
Flavor
Flav on the white guy's label.
Yeah. I mean, why is he still relevant? I seen a media outlet. They went and asked him a question about when Ferguson was going on. It was a local media in Vegas.
Wait a minute. Stop.
They asked him a question.
Stop. You are lying to me. You are lying to me. They did not ask Flavor Flav anything besides how do you brush gold teeth.
Why didn't go ask him? Put him on TV. Yeah, I'm wrong. See, but then y'all gonna learn though. Okay, y'all gonna learn that. Hey, so now we got the 3 monkey tears. Look at them. They all have feminine ways about them. That's what gets me. And I don't mean Stephen A. A lot of black women like him on TV, the way he talk or whatever. You know, he be sitting there like.
He said himself that he has 8 sisters or whatever, however many it is. It's a lot of girls he grew up with. 8
So his mom and them had 9 girls. And then Charles Barkley have dressed in dressed up in dresses and drags. I had a picture I want to show. Well, I can't find it.
Charles got a long history of stuff like that. Remember back in like 2012, he was saying stuff like he'd work for the Klan if they paid him enough. You know,
he would work for the Klan.
Yeah, and the Klan responded by saying something like, "Oh, we got the same agenda. We just can't afford him." Or, you know, they just made a joke about that.
Some Klan people said that.
Whoever was the Grand Wizard back in 2012. And then he brought this junk up again just a couple months ago saying that he'd do it. Or that saying like his mom said something to him about being a Republican. The Republicans are for rich people. Well, I am a rich person. Really? See how long
it used to be that way. In the last 20, 25 years, it's been
both of them do the same
socialized
thing.
In a different way.
I said both of them do it. What they say, nobody's a winner. One side just loses slower than the other. That's all.
That's all. And I'm sitting there like, come on, man. Because they work for them creeples. Sound like I'm saying they creepy, huh?
Yeah.
But they do. You know, these ain't brothers who got their own corporation, their own businesses. This is like Byron Allen, his own boss.
Yeah.
These are people who go to work, so they got to please, as some black people say, they masters. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? But I do think I'm going to start calling them three brothers right there, the three monkey tears. Them is the Truffle brothers. They feminine. Okay, we know Charles have dressed up like a woman. And from a distance, I was like, uh-oh, who is this? Okay. Hey, and we know Stephen A. Look at that. Look. Them is looks my sister be doing. He rolling his damn eyes. What? Hello. And then we ain't got nothing to say about him because we just know. He, you know. So these Truffle brothers, you know what that mean, them Truffle? Yeah, I don't want to say what that means, but that's what they are. You know, little soft dudes who trying to do stuff for a check. Why you want to degrade us to get a raise? Because they just trying to build a brand in the bigger community. That's all.
Basically, right now, all three of them are on the same level in my mind as a drug dealer. You serving?
Yeah, they all contributors.
You contributing? You serving crack?
Mental crack.
You are serving up mental crack for the sole purpose of enriching yourself, enriching your suppliers, who, by the way, are not the people you selling to, and then bringing your cameras into the community to show that as what the community is. Not what it's actually doing to the community, but presenting a issue. That's like if you cut yourself or have a sore,
right,
or something, you gonna walk around with just that sore out, and there's nothing else to you. You have no face, you have no anything else, just that one sore. That's who you are. We don't even do. That's not even legal to do that. That's against the law. That's against the law.
But they do it all the time. These brothers, they need help. Because now what I'm trying to figure out is, are they doing this because they actually think it's helping?
No.
Because this has been going on throughout the history of time when brothers would come up, and y'all all seen what happened to Bill Cosby. He was the first famous person to do it. Well, shock. I mean, not the first, but he was, you know. I mean, and look how they do him now, Charles, Stephen A.
Well, it reminds me of the different people, even back when, there were black people that owned slaves. And it was a status symbol for them that they were rich enough to own slaves. And yet, you can't, how do you mentally rectify that? How do you justify that? It's like feeding chicken to your pet chicken.
What the hell?
I mean, that's a crime. Like if you feed your pet another animal that's like your pet.
Right.
That's like animal abuse. You can go to jail for that.
Right.
And yet that's exactly what these people are doing. They're feeding their people to their people.
Yeah, like what? Well, crab in a bucket. You know, just pushing. They don't want competition. They got the job that way. You know, I'm not understanding their philosophy.
What you have to do to keep the job, they can keep the job. I don't want it.
Yeah, they something special. So, you know, you got anything else on that?
Nah.